Our thesis is philosophy is the main concept that started the American Revolution. The philosophical influences of Thomas Jefferson, John Locke, Thomas Paine, and the Declaration of Independence caused a revolt against the British colony. According to the second document, people are born equal and free people deserve to vote for their leaders. America has a people with great knowledge and abundant resources to support itself. So these ideas led Americans want to fight for their freedom and get rid of the control from Britain. Um, According to Thomas Jefferson's People's Basic Natural Rights, he said, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." The Declaration of Independence is ultimately an assertion of the right of revolutions. The Declaration of Independence completed the shift from the Englishman to the rights of mankind as the object of American independence. In Jefferson's language, the law of nature and nature's God, not the Britain Constitution or the heritage of the freedom Englishman, justified independence.
I'm talking about the Declaration of Independence and its influence and power on the revolt against the British colony. So the main reason that it was written was because they wanted equality and separation of church and state, stated that the American colony could choose their leaders and were free to worship who and what they wanted. The Declaration of Independence was the main document stated the revolution of the American colony. There's a lot of notable people that signed it, like Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, Ben Franklin, Sam Adams, John Hancock. And Ben Franklin played a very huge role in writing the Declaration. And another person who really benefited and did a lot for the Declaration was John Hancock. And when the Declaration was signed by all the colonists, he wrote his a lot larger than all the others. The average signature was between 1.9 and 2.5 square inches, and John Hancock's was 6.1. And the reason for that was because when they sent it to Britain, he wanted Britain to see his name first and show how much he supported the revolt and how the country was being treated unfairly. There was three main points to the Declaration, and the main rights that were given and would be more defined in the Bill of Rights, and these three were equal rights, unalienable rights, and undermining the legal consensus. I have two quotes to kind of support this, and one of them is from Eric Foner. It says, "The struggle over liberty in the first half of the 17th century expanded the definition of freedom at home and spilled over into early English North America." And my other quote is from the Declaration. "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." He states this because is the explanation for the revolt and why they wrote the Declaration.
Common Sense was written in January of 1776 by Thomas Paine. It says, "It is absurd that a continent to be governed by an island." Trace back to the beginning of the whole story. The first colonists came to America in order to escape from the tough life they suffered in British. And the colonists came from the whole Europe, so the whole Europe is the motherland of America. And the second part is British dragged America into conflicts with countries like Spain and France. The battle in Europe should remain in the European area. The Americans should not be involved. While America wanted to build friendship with those European countries, but it has to help its motherland, British. Then the American would lose money to pay more taxes and lose people to provide human forces for Britain. And one quote from the book is, membership in the British Empire was a burden to the colonists, not a benefit. Besides, English constitution was composed by two Asian tyrannies. The common belief in America is one honest man to society and in the sight of God. The more important thing was the right of individual human and the worship to God, which differed from the British government, and the establishment of the new nation would become the home of freedom and an asylum for mankind.